I'll see
Hope
if I can join through one of the drivers.
that is fine. I think we've just started. Yep, stream is up, and we are ready to go. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Contest of Speed, the Austrian Grand Prix. It is our special event, 100% race. As it is on a Sunday, we did qualifying yesterday, and as you would see by the grid, when we eventually load up, fingers crossed, that is your qualifying order from yesterday. The one change of note was that X427, so Danny got a reprieve of his misdemeanours as he was accidentally disqualified from the session, so he's going to start P11, and everyone else that was 11th, 12th and 13th and 14th yesterday is just dropped back one. So that's KV, Connell, try and remember, and a couple of others. I have been joined, luckily this evening, by Lopez.
Hello.
Hello, he's here. He's decided to come in and help, so I'm not felt left here lonely by myself for the best part of an hour and a half, because this is probably one of our first 100% races we've done as a league, so it should be interesting. I'm a bit concerned. That's what they're all waiting for. It's not a league race, chaps. You can press the X button whenever you want. It's not going to cost you a penalty point. Come on.
It will cost other people a penny.
Exactly.
I mean, it's good that they're being mindful. I respect that. I like that a lot.
Come on, let's get this show on the road. So, the weather this evening, I will tell you what it is. We've got 2 stages of light cloud with a burst of heavy rain. Yeah, that's right. I've been that guy. And then I have decided that it's going to clear up at the end. So I've been nice and kind.
Oh, you didn't put it on dynamic.
No, well, I do want it to be like 100% dry or 100% wet. To be fair, because.
I thought you wanted to do at least like a half and half, half the time. Go from like light cloud to overcast to rain.
Well, it's funny you should say that. Some of the guys stayed behind yesterday with the practice session, with the race that was on afterwards, and they experienced what the conditions could be like, and they said it's about, I don't know, a third of the race we've got of rain. But this is all whether we're going to get a safety car. So we have got 20 drivers. We're going to add a few new additions. So it's Perry that's going to start 18th. That's because he is on tier 2 pace last year, so I've given it 18th. Montana last season was joined halfway through, so in tier 1, so I've gave him 19th. And the People's Champ Fruit, who was our tier 1 champion, he's unluckily starting from the back of the grid. So those are the 3 new drivers have jumped in for this evening. The other 17 was As You Were. So Matrix got pole after our full qualifying, which actually they quite enjoyed. I don't know if that's anything, Lopez, that you wanted to probably see in the future.
Yeah, I'm gonna see the quality later on, but it would be nice to have full quality in the races. It would add a certain spice to the qualifying session and the race, since people would have less tires, but also it would be more challenging in quality.
So yeah, that's what I saw today. People said it was quite refreshing actually to do a full quality, because you can actually take your time about it rather than just doing short qualifying 18 minutes of just hectic driving.
Yeah, that's a pretty good way to describe it, hectic driving. I just want to point out that the 2 boys in last place both have the name NSX at the beginning, and they're powered by Honda. I don't know if that's what they're doing, but that's a really good name right there, NSX Honda.
So the 2 Taros boys sitting at the back. We're going to be probably looking for Montana and Fruit to charge their way through the field, showing their tier 1 pace that they've got ahead, but there's going to be some tricky customers as in front of them. As the grid is ready for the Austrian Grand Prix, we've got 2, 3, 4, 5 lights, we will wait for the glitch, because we're always going to have to wait for the glitch. And eventually, at some point, away we go, and it's Matrix that leads off from Jamie. It's a good start by pretty much everyone. As we go down into turn 1, Jamie's gone down the inside, got the move done early. Couple running wide. But I think we are fairly clean.
There was a little bit of contact with X427 there.
Yeah, by all means, shout, holler, hoot at me, I will pick it up. Just tell me what's going on.
There was a Red Bull going in very late. I think it was KB. Hit the front end of, hit the back end of Stumpy or Jake. Oh no, 427 is off.
So Danny's round, and that's with Fruit, so Fruit's off as well. That's not a good start. He's got 10 seconds for exceeding track limits, but he's only trying to get back on the track. Let's look at the position changes. So no real big winners or losers, just Danny that's lost 9 positions off the start. As Jamie, who got Matrix into the first corner, leads us into the second lap.
Oh, Stumpy, very late on the brakes, goes for the overtake on DK88 down, and actually makes it happen.
Does make it, and they're going to have a run down. DK sort of compromised. Jacob's going to follow through. These guys run down into what is turn 3 because the kink on counts as a third. Jacob dives it down the inside. Went for an interesting strategy in this season's tier 2 race round here. Shows quick pace, obviously runner up in tier 2 this season, so he's probably going to be looking to hit the front early. Oh, and contact between Stumpy and Jacob. Stumpy saves it. And Connell dives.
Run and yeah, Connell up the inside.
Dives it down the inside. So it's pretty much as you were. It is Jamie followed by Matrix and Thomas, then Mitch, Marza, Two Spell, Tichy, Wingate, Jacob and DK88. So none of the top 10 that qualified in the top 10 have dropped from those positions.
Blank up the inside of Stumpy. There's a 3-second penalty for cutting the corner. Does not make the over.
See if he's going to give that back though. So these two run down side by side. Oh,
Montana
and
with the dive
Montana,
bomb.
I think Stumpy saw him coming. Hopefully.
Not enough. Montana gets the position as this move was stopped. Two spell on Musta. Oh, Musta goes for the. Oh,
he gave him the squeeze. What you need to know about Two Spell, he's very hard at his defending his position. He will fight everything for it.
Yep, he will squeeze the lemon out of juice if he has to. I know Two Spell very well. We race together on Tuesdays. We have a really good race in Italy last time out. Managed to finish ahead of me, but really good driver, not gonna lie. He could defend the position better than anybody I know.
Well, he's looking to make that McLaren as wide as possible. Where is Montana? Oh, and Muzz has lost it. He's dropped it on the curve and he's put it in the wall. That is the entire front wing gone. Will we see a VSC? Yes, we will.
This is not going to work well for anybody there.
No, I don't think anyone's going to particularly gain from that. Jamie is, yeah, he's only down to turn 5. Depending on how, will someone risk it if it stays out long enough? Probably not. So typically, if this was an all-dry race, this is a one-stop race, soft to mediums, because it's just
Tichy.
Easy.
I think Tichy got ahead of Wingate there.
Yeah, he did.
Looking to make a move on Puspa later on.
Yep, Tichy pushing on in the Ferrari. That's going to be his colours. He's going to be representing in Season 5 in Tier 3 next week. That's going to start on Monday, the 13th. Is the new season as Perry goes up the inside of Blank. just to give the audience some context, this is drivers from all tiers. So we've got Americas, we've got tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. So in terms of ability, it's all mixed in together. So which is really good to see. You know, it shows that it's a community event. And Wing It. And
Jacob a bit late on the brakes.
Yeah. I think DK sent one up there and hope it was going to sit. Jacob's going to try and fight that one back, and he does. Wing It does the same on Tichy. Tichy's trying to hold it round the outside. I wouldn't do it there. He's going to just force you into the grass if he gets the chance. So these guys fighting is allowed two spell just to try and break that 1 second, which is really important here because it's usually a DRS strain. And it looks like, let's have a look, Muzzer came in early, so Muzzer's gone to mediums as Connell's run wide off the track and lost 2 positions, which
Matrix has DRS failure as his DRS light is showing, but he doesn't have it open. He's right on the back of Jamie 1S.
Let's have a look.
3-second penalty for running wide in the last turn.
So that's not good. So a track where DRS is really important to have, Matrix, who's in second, has not got it.
Which is giving Thomas and Mitch a really good run on him. They're gaining about a 10th at corner.
So at the moment, Matrix, although seems to be quicker, will have similar pace to Jamie despite the lack of DRS is really hurting his progress. As Lopez said, Thomas and Mitch are hunting them down, and there's a gap developing between the top 4 and everyone else.
Yeah, that's a beautiful truly train from 5th to 16th. And 2 spills leading them all.
So yeah, as we get DRS round here, we're expecting there'll be some overtaking at some point. People just biding their time, probably not going to be as aggressive as they would be in a league race because that's only 50%. We've got
Jacob on Twitch, what a beautiful run around the inside of the next corner. Whoa,
let's have a look.
Super late on the brakes.
Ooh, it's a great helicopter shot we've got here into turn 3. Beautiful as Perry puts it down the inside of Stumpy. Blank
Montana
does this.
DK.
Yep.
On the inside, will he brake late? No.
Yeah,
DK
Montana gets it done.
DK with the switchback.
Oh, he'll just squeeze him to the outside, showing his experience, Montana. So none of the medium guys have really made any inroads into the guys that started on the softs, which is a little surprising, but crossover points probably not for another couple of laps.
Yeah, let's remember that this is a 100% race, so those stops are actually going to go quite long.
Let's go back up to the battle for 6th position, and it is Jacob who's sidling his way through the field at the moment. That's another move done ahead of Wing It, and Montana and Tichy are battling it out for 8th. Tier 3 versus Tier 1. Oh, and KB seems to be off. Yeah, KB's off and round, so that's... Don't think he's got front wing damage, which is a positive, but he was having a battle there with DK and Perry, so potential contact between those guys, but...
Oh no, he's lost the rear.
Oh, he lost it again.
Yeah,
So yeah, that's those hot tyres. As soon as he's had one spin, he needs to be ever so careful on the throttle. We will jump back up to the battle for P5, and the man that seems to be on the move at the moment is Jacob, who's currently up 7 positions, and with Montana chasing down as well.
Look for the dive bomb. He's gonna go for a dive bomb.
He will do. Tuso underfueled. You'll see that yellow graphic on your screen. But I think he knows what's coming. Which is the rain. He knows the rain's on its way, so he can underfuel himself. And KB pits for a new set of mediums.
I believe the hards would help him a lot more. Just go all the way.
And Perry is round. Now he was trying to get past Stumpy. Whether those two have collided, I do not know. He was very near to Connell as well, so those guys were fighting tooth and nail for those positions. But I suppose that's the benefit of 100% races. You have plenty of time to get back in the running.
Jacob on the back of Tuspel now. He's got the run. He's going through the outside of turn 3. He has the speed, but will Tuspel outbreak him? Oh yes, Tuspel very deep.
Yeah.
Pushes him out. Verstappen style, and now Wingate is right there.
Yeah, I thought Wingate ran into the back of Jacob there. Tuspel defending aggressively. I know I've become first hand of that in our tier 2 race this season. He defends very aggressively into that corner and will push you off the track if need be.
Unleash the lion.
But what it's meaning is Jacob knows how important this is, because he's just dropping further and further back off that group of 4 in front, which is still the same. They haven't changed.
And now Montana right there looking to make moves to get back up.
So Montana has made up 11 positions. He started from 19th because he was unable to qualify yesterday.
Impressive.
He's showing his skill just to pick his way through the field. It could have been tricky starting back there, getting caught up with other incidents, as Jacob goes to the outside again. Tuspel is just going to push him out to the side. Yep, same as last time, and Wingate's a little bit closer. As Connell is down the inside of Cookie. That is a tier 3 battle and a half.
Cookie was trying to go around the outside.
Oh, and Wingate. Sorry, Lopez. Wingate is putting pressure on Jacob. Jacob's going to try and hang it round the outside. Oh, onto the grass. And Montana says, thank you very much. That's another position for me. Although Jacob's got a good run through here, looking for the switchback.
I just want to point out, this battle has allowed for the top 4 to have a 5.5 second gap already.
Yeah, it's 5.5 seconds, and that's in 12 laps. So there's not many, and they've just cleared off already. Which actually, probably for someone like Mitch and Thomas, is probably best, because people like Jacob and Montana are being held up by this.
I think that Cookie passed Connor already, but Connor's going to defend that position back.
They will do. Connor's going to send it down the inside. Cookie, our tier 3 champion, is going to hold it round the outside. Those two side by side again. Connell showed good pace in the race in tier 3 this season. Was running 4th or 5th for a long time. And Cookie's
up ahead. Wingate on the outside of Montana. I think Montana just got the move done.
Montana did get the move done. He's going to hunt back.
It looks like he's struggling because Jacob is now right on his rear DRS.
We've got a yellow flag in sector 2, and that is a racing point, and that is Roland. Roland's off in the gravel, and he was fighting Perry at that point. Saw the little mini track map on the side, that little graphic, as we have a change of lead. Or do we? No, we don't. Jamie's got it back. There was a change of lead there briefly.
Nick's still struggling behind Thomas. Has not made a move yet. He's been within a second in DRS. I think he's just saving ERS.
Yeah, he is. It's exactly what he's doing.
38.
Yeah. He's just biding, waiting for his moment.
I just want to say, despite Thomas using about more percentage than everybody else in front of him, the guys ahead are steering clear of him, 2 seconds ahead, and they have more ERS than him.
Mm. Yeah, Thomas, well, we know how quick Thomas was in Tier 1. Took a mini break to help us more with the commentary side of things. He's going to be back league racing again for next season. He's going to be in Tier 2, and Tier 2 is going to be the closest it's been for some time, as Montana goes round the outside. Two-Spell tries to push him there, but this time he's got enough space.
Oh, there's a car of Matrix.
Matrix is round. Matrix is round. He's not got front wing damage. We were looking at the battle between Montana, Two-Spell and Jacob, and Matrix is round, but so Jamie's now got 3.5 second lead. Stumpy goes past DK88 in a very unusual position. Let's see where they are now, side by side. Through the sector 2 switch. Oh, DK hit the back of him. DK's hit the back of Stumpy and has got front wing damage. I saw some Renault bits of carbon fibre. Yeah, the right front of that car is gone. Matrix is in the pits, so the first one to blink. It'd be interesting to see what ties. So he's gone on softs again, so he knows the rain is coming. So for those of you who've just joined us, there is going to be rain at some point, and it's going to be quite heavy by the sounds of things.
Mitch got ahead of Thomas already. I missed that.
So I've missed it as well. So it's going to be interesting to see what pace Mitch actually has, as it's the Ferrari battling a Renault once again. We've seen that for the last 14 laps of this Grand Prix already.
This midfield is not giving us a break right now.
We're trying to watch all the action, and as I hoped it would be, hectic, and it has been. The DRS train around here is helping us do that, as Jacob gets Two-Spell up the hill. Oh no, Two-Spell holds it round the outside into turn 1. I thought Jacob was going to have that move. Done and sorted. So Mitch is closed in by a couple attempts on Jamie already. Now he's got a little bit of clear air. Has Jamie got a penalty, did you say, Lopez?
Yeah, he has a 3-second penalty from early on in the race. He has 2 warnings already, so he's looking for another penalty.
So, as what was discussed earlier in the week, penalties and people possibly getting disqualified could be on the cards, but let's not hope so. You're gonna have to have some record to try and do that. That would be very impressive, as we've got Roland and Danny fighting over P17 and 18. An admin fight. Oh, scary. Let's put it that way. So Matrix the first to come in. No one else is boxed yet, which is a little surprising.
Other than the 2 Red Bulls, they both have one into a crash, the other one into a spin.
Yep. So in terms of actual standard pit stops that was scheduled, Matrix is the first one to do it, and no one else has done it, which is very surprising, as Cookie's gone down the inside of Stumpy. So the medium guys now starting to make a little bit of progress on the guys that have done 16 laps on the softs. Do you reckon it's the crossover point? Do you reckon it is now, where we're going to see actually those medium guys start coming into a bit more effect?
I believe lap 20 would be a really good crossover point.
At 20, so Cookie's gone early, which is good.
Yep.
So it'll be interesting to see his progress. It's just starting to thin out a little bit.
I believe Prix is still the closest man in track, right behind Wingate.
Yep. We're going to see how much he's going to get held up by seeing the interval with Tichy and Cookie. So that's already a second. And you've seen how much Cookie's pulled away from Stumpy. You know, 1.5 seconds in a lap. And the gap to the lead is hovering around 3 seconds, which is the closest it's been for a while. As Connell and Blank fighting over 11th and 12th again. Oh, Blank runs wide into the gravel. Ah, Montana is in. So Montana is in.
I'll look to see what tires he goes on to.
Thank you very much. I'm going to see because Cookie's going to reach the back of Tichy here.
He's going into the softs again. Oh no, mediums. Softs, mediums? What the game is going to tell me now?
I've got on the graphic, I've got softs.
Yeah, I see.
So
that
these
now.
guys may know that range
It is
away.
looking like,
Whoa!
the clouds are
And
coming in.
contact between Cookie and Wingit. They had Tichy either side of him. Bowman down the outside, went down the inside, and they both brake late. Tichy waited for them. They collided, went off the track, and Tichy went back through again.
Ooh, Blank overtake on Connor on the inside and defended from the switch back.
On the switchback, so those two still going at it. They're trading places like there's no tomorrow. They have been pretty much from the start. And Jacob is in, he's pitting. So at the moment what it looks like is the medium guys are going to be staying out until possibly when this rain comes down. And the guys that start on the softs are stopping again to put another set of softs on. So that's a very interesting strategies going on. As Cookie goes past Tichy into turn 3. So Cookie's finally making ground up, making progress through the field, and as you can see those guys on the mediums, Blank and Connor also working their way up. And we've got a Blank train, everybody. We've got a train. Oh, Connor hits the back of Blank. I'm pretty sure of it. It looked like it. Oh, and Blank. Yeah, Blank just gave Montana the squeeze on that one.
Ooh, Matrix up the inside of Connor, and now Blank. Got to look for a move there, but couldn't make it.
Oh my god, this looks like it's just going to end in tears here.
Oh,
there's more. Yeah, there's more. There is many bits of carbon fibre, and Montana is in the pits again. He's got front wing damage. I think he got squeezed between both drivers. That is so unfortunate for Montana. It's going to drop him back pretty much to the back of the field. Oh, and Fruitful's dropped it. Fruitful dropped it on the exit curb of turn 1. And I think he collided with Jacob. So Jacob, like Montana's just pitted, has picked up front wing damage by people on the older tyres, which is so unfortunate. So we've got a few guys out there with some carbon confetti around the track.
I just want to point out, Mitch is already 2 seconds behind Jamie 1S, and Thomas is keeping up with Mitch. Now the tables have turned. Thomas has more ERS than Mitch.
So I know a few of these guys are in the party together, just to keep each other company through this this long test of endurance. So I don't know whether they've got some kind of plan, some kind of idea of how to get to the front. We've got some Thomas fans in the chat, which is good to see. As Connell trades places with Blank again for the 5th time already this race. Oh, Danny's out. We've got a yellow flag.
Virtual safety car again.
Virtual. That's a full safe. That is a weird accident where he's dropped that. It's just before the Sector 1 split. That is very strange. If we just hop on board with Jamie, you'll see it hopefully on your screens to the right hand side. If I get a...
So Mitch and Thomas have both feeded
under the VFC. Cookie's done that as well. Jacob's in as well under the VFC.
Matrix skips on right behind Mitch.
I'm surprised someone like a Blank, Connell or Fruitful didn't come in, maybe.
Yeah, Blank with the wing damage should have come in.
It's been a long VSC. As we go green again.
Oh, Blank very wide, and I think there was more contact with Connell there.
Yeah. And Fruit's there as well.
Yeah, definitely more. Probably has a red
wing.
Oh, couldn't turn in.
Blank's gone deep. And has paid the penalty for it. And just the thing, Matrix is now in between both Mitch and Thomas. And
Matrix with those old 8-lap older tires right now.
Yep. Jamie stayed out, so Jamie's got a healthy lead. 18.5 seconds. Which is then followed up, and Two Spell does 2 moves on the straight. Look at that. Got fought off on Fruitful, and then he's got past Connell into turn 1. It's Fruit and Connell side by side. It's not. I wouldn't be fighting that person, Connell. We got Cookie there waiting to pounce as well. It's probably going to be 3 wide. Oh, this is just going to end in tears, I feel. Yeah, Cookie cuts the curb a little bit just to avoid any contact. Gets ahead of Connell. Fruitful's up next. Who's currently got fastest lap? Let's have a look, shall we?
NSX was swerving. I think he didn't like something that happened. Skeeta Cookie just goes on the inside, but NSX goes around it, switch back, gets ahead, but Cookie has a DRS. He's looking to come back on the inside, but NSX closes the door, Fruitful on the inside. I think Skeeta Cookie wants to switch back.
I think he's got better drive though this time.
Yep, he's got the better exit there with the 2-lap old softs against the 24-lap old mediums.
Here we go, Cookie down the inside. Fruit looking.
No grip on Fruit, couldn't get the switch back.
I apologise for the black box that's coming up. I've forgotten to turn off the notifications.
I just want to say Montana, Perry, and Profolders are all fighting in the back for P12.
Let's have a look. So actually now we're seeing the guys that pitted, see what advantage they've got with the guys that haven't pitted.
Around the outside
Montana!
Of the turn.
That is very brave, but showing a lot of trust with the people he's racing. And Connell sends one down the inside of Montana, nearly gets it stopped. Sorry, not Montana, Fruit, and then Fruit gets him with the old switchback.
Connell with the drive.
Connell is showing great fight to Fruit that's in Tier 1. However, he's told me he's on the wheel this evening, so I don't know what that means. Apparently, that's different to what he normally does. We've got this beautiful helicopter shot of the Haas now being hunted down by the Ferrari, also known as Team Stumpchi.
Oh no, Connell loses the rear there.
So these guys ahead, struggling on the mediums, 25 laps. I wonder what Jamie's feeling like, because Jamie's lead is now cut down to 12 seconds. He's done 26 laps on those softs. I'm surprised they've not gone pop.
They do look like they have a lot of wear on them. I can see the difference in the wear. I'm pretty sure he has about 40 to 50% on their tires, maybe 60. So he should be pretty soon.
Yep,
Probably waiting for the rain to come.
He probably is. Stumpy got past Connell, and Tichy wants to do the same. We've got a Red Bull off at turn 1, I think.
No wing, no wing. That's
no wing, Muzzer again. Safety car. So that's triggered a. So we had a Mercedes without a front wing, without a front right wheel.
Help Jamie. That did not help Jamie.
Oh, and Jamie.
He does not have the gaps, so I don't think this will help him out.
No. Where was I? I was in a lost the trail of thought. So yes, so we've had a Mercedes that clipped the grass, lost a front right wheel, and that was a VSC, and yet Muzzer's gone off, lost a front wing, still in the race, and we've got a safety car. Interesting game decisions there from Codemasters. Yeah.
I'm guessing losing your wing twice is more of a bigger challenge to get around.
Indeed.
Yeah, it's quite questionable how the safety car is called in this game. You know, I've heard that if there's enough damage on track, enough pieces of carbon, that the safety car, the virtual safety car, might be called in. But for just a front wing, now that's just extreme.
So Jamie's come in, but he's surely going to lose the lead. And Matrix is coming again. So Matrix makes his second stop. Just to point out for viewers that are here today that weren't here yesterday, these guys have got fresh sets of tyres. So the tyres they had in Q1, Q2 and Q3.
Thomas just pulled the plug on Jamie, and now Jamie's P3.
Yes. Now it's going to be interesting to see if it's going to let the Red Bull of Muzzer unlap himself.
I believe once the field is all bunched up, then we might be able to go.
We had this problem the other day, and we kind of hope it lets him back through, but I don't think it does, which is a little bit disappointing. So let's.
The field, I think, is a little bit too uneven at the moment.
Yeah. So we're probably going to have 2 laps under the safety car, possibly longer.
I will say possibly 3 if he lets him go.
Well, I've seen where the other Red Bull is. The other Red Bull of KV, that's just exited turn 1, so we're gonna be sitting behind the safety car for a while, which gives us time just to chill out, because it has been a little bit hectic.
A lot of overtakes, a lot of crashes, a lot of things to keep an eye on.
However, we're nearly halfway. Yeah, we're nearly at the halfway stage, and we've only had 1 casualty.
Now Mazda can go. The only car to be lapped is now able to lap himself.
Mazda can go. which is good news. So Muzzle will now be on the lead lap. Hallelujah. So everyone's now got a fair chance. So a lot of guys came in, as you can see, a lot of people on 1 or 0 lap old tyres. A lot of people stayed out. Let's go to the positions. The position, there's a lot of people made up to his positions. Perry's made 8, Fruitful's made 9, Cookie's made 10 from where they qualified yesterday. Muzzer down 14. He's not had the best of races, but he's definitely got some pace in the bag. But we have a new race leader officially. Mitch has made it to the front.
I think the rain is coming. It looks very overcast.
It's got very dark very quickly. You're right. I just noticed that. So
Safety car could be coming in this lap.
Will it come in this lap?
Nope, I
Nope.
think it's too late once he gets past that Fanatec. Fine. Oh, I think Mitchell's way too far back for me to see. It might be this lap as the field has bunched up. It will give Mosa quite a nice run, but not enough to get back against the field.
No, Tichy pits. So Tichy's pit. I don't know why he's...
a longer chance.
Yeah, I don't know why he's waiting until now. Unless it's...
Oh, he has to get penalty.
That's quite clever. I would say that's quite clever, because then he doesn't have to serve it later.
I think he got it under the the safety car, because he just changed his front wing as well.
Could you have a check for me, just to see what that...
Yes. I'm on it. His name was what?
It will be
right?
Tichy 14, yeah. Just have a little look what he's got that for.
5-second penalty, it doesn't say why, I'm just looking at this one. Oh, that's a lot of penalties. It's a lot of warnings, penalties. Okay, so he got 5-second penalty for collision with Stumpy, actually.
Oh, so Team
Monster
Stumpy.
Monster has another 5-second penalty for ignoring the yellow flags. Kono and Blank have both a drive-through for speeding under the safety car.
On the safety car.
Jamie has a 5-second penalty as well for speeding into the pit lane, and Matrix has speeding under the safety car drive-through as well. A lot of people not
So we've got
keeping it together.
3 guys under the drive-through. Safety car is in this lap by the looks of things.
Okay, with 3-second penalty for multiple warnings.
Yep, safety car in this lap, and we're ready to go again. Mitch will lead them off. We're just under half race distance around Austria. Mitch leads, but Thomas follows closely. So does Jamie. Jamie tries to send one down the inside. Has to cut the corner for it. Thomas back end goes, and now he's under pressure from Jamie 1S behind him. DRS is not available at this time. As we will look down, Blank has got past Fruitful. Montana has also got past Fruitful.
Yeah, Fruitful had a very poor run out of the corner there.
So no real
the rain's
changes.
coming,
I've just seen that. Rain is arrived. We have got the rain.
There's a safety car filled in.
Now then. It's a question of how heavy is it going to get? It's going to get very heavy.
Oh, there's a couple of people pitting very early on. Was there any wind changes happening? Let's keep an eye on that.
Maybe people jump in early.
Oh no, drive-through penalties, remember?
Ah, yes,
3 drivers have
drive-throughs.
drive-through penalties. The 4 drivers have 5-second penalties, so we will see a very big change in the
Yep.
order.
So Mitch has escaped. He's 1.2 seconds out the window. He is just cleared off for a little bit.
This rain is very heavy. It's already sticking to the screen.
See, there's a race that we had this season in Tier 3 in Brazil where it rained, but it was light rain, and we thought, oh, it's going to be inters at some point. It will be inters at some point, and then it was never wet enough. So
I've done a race here with 3 laps to go. It was heavy rain, and I managed to finish off on the hards. It was quite eventful. I was locking up in every corner.
So Montana has gone up to 7th. We've got, I think, Cookie into the pits. Cookie dives into the pits. Is he going to be the first one that's going to try it?
The conditions are very difficult right now. As I see, Fruitful is just losing the rear in the edge of almost every corner now.
Thomas is struggling as well. He's dropped off the back of Jamie.
Oh, Fruitful! Fruitful! He's out of the race!
Fruitful is out.
Seen that?
VSC, oh, I'm trying to get to him.
Just as I say so, he was losing the rear end in the corner.
So I'm probably about to see the classic snap. Yeah, he's probably got it on the curve, tried to correct it, snapped the other way, and he's put it in the wall. VSC, so it's going to help the likes of Cookie and Titchy that have just pitted on the inters. Because the field is very close together. They went early.
Well, with this virtual safety car, it's allowing the rain to stay in the track a little bit longer and more, because the cars are not going to go fast enough to dry it. So this might help them a lot, as the other drivers will still have to pit. But I believe it's a lap or two too early.
So we've lost 2 drivers about halfway. Looks like Mitch is coming in.
I think everybody's coming in. Yep, everybody's coming in.
Oh, Thomas! Did he hit the wall? I thought he hit the wall. So there's going to be some double stacking going on. So there's going to be some people that are going to possibly miss out, lose positions. I'm looking at the likes of McLaren, Haas, Renault. KB stayed out. KB's.
I think he thinks that he's gonna gain an advantage not pitting in now. He's definitely gonna come out in P13.
Oh, it's a bit squirmy on the loud pedal. Maybe he thinks that he's just gonna get stuck in.
Oh no! Look at the track. It's just wet now. It's fully wet. Big mistake. Mitch is already 7 seconds behind.
I mean, he's not thinking that he's going to be able to stick on the wets, is he? Straight away.
Not the wets. It's intermediates at the moment. The rain is not heavy enough.
As Matrix has got past Muzza, that's for P13.
Mitch has a really good advantage over Ita Cookie.
But look where Cookie's come from though. He started, where did he start? 15th on the grid. He's now up to 12th, and he's up 12 places. He's going to be up 13 places once KV come in.
One of the first people to get on the intersection, about a lap early, and now
yeah,
perfect work.
VSC obviously helped as well, but massive advantage gained for Cookie, and he is up with the guys that have been near the front of the race for the entirety so far.
Maybe P11 actually comes out ahead of COS.
Yeah, not too bad. But I just don't understand why he just didn't double stack like the rest of them.
Jacob and Jamie 1S. Jacob up the inside of Jamie. Jamie a little bit late on the brakes.
Jamie's under pressure from Perry now as well. Actually, no, I can see why he didn't stop, to be fair, because Wizard is down in 15th behind his teammate, so possibly the right call from KV, to be fair to him.
Yeah, I wonder what happened to Tuspor.
Well, he got held because Jamie was in front of him, and Jamie was first and he was fourth, and they're only like 2 or 3 seconds apart, weren't they? So.
Oh, the double stack, yes.
Yeah.
If they're in the same chat, I would have pitted a bit earlier, if it means that I'm gonna overheat my tires a bit more.
So tricky conditions for the guys out there at the moment. The rain has come down like it was expected to, and it's sort of just drawn the field out a little bit, but it means everyone's going to need to be concentrating to the max. Usually by this point in a league race they are. Indeed. Usually by this point in a league race these guys are done and finished, but they're just over half race distance.
Oh, Jamie!
Oh yeah, run
into the corner.
Ran well deep. I wonder if he was just going to run into the gravel for the sake of it. So Jacob looks like he prefers these conditions. In a really strong position in 7th. Did say to the guys, make sure your setups are the same as what they were yesterday, but I can't really control it that much. I just have to trust them and put 100% faith that they weren't going to tinker with them.
Oh, move up there on the front, Thomas and Montana.
Yeah.
What happened there?
I think Thomas ran deep because he's got a terrible exit.
Bit of a lock up there, but next corner. Has a very nice helmet. It has all the Williams color with the greens for the intermediates.
Oh yeah, luminous green that is as well. You're not going to miss it. That's a bright helmet he's wearing.
So I believe that Ida Cookie was the guy with the Venezuelan color style helmet. No, it wasn't.
Oh, Perry's back in twitching as he's overtaken Tichy. Tichy just struggling at the moment in these conditions, but he's still line 8th. Jamie's in 9th, and you know he's dropped down by quite a bit from he was leading the Grand Prix at one point. Good evening, Rosa. Thank you for joining us again, mate. I know you wanted to race. Unfortunately, due to circumstances out of your control, you're not allowed to compete. But you're doing a solid job, looking after the old barracks on guard. So I'm glad you can make it. So it's Montana on the move.
We're still together on track. I wonder how that fight's gonna go.
This is like round 9 of a 12 round fight between these two. They have been trading places back and forth all Grand Prix long. I say that, we're only 39 laps in.
Montana on the back of Ita Cookie, losing the rear in the last corner, just a big, looking like he's the closer one of the whole Grand Prix right now.
Yeah, Montana catching the back of Cookie, just dropping Thomas and Stumpy off at the moment. Chichi's got Jamie and Wingett at the moment for company. It'd be interesting to see how the gap develops between Jacob and Stumpy, because Jacob is the man on the move. Jamie has got past Tichy as we speak, but Tichy's going to send it down the inside, or can't get it stopped in time and could lose 2 positions if he's not careful.
Montana on the inside of Ita Cookie. Just takes the corner from him.
Thank you, Lopez. We just caught the end of that. So Montana finally breaks Cookie.
I'll keep an eye on that gap between him and Mitch. Oh, a bit cheeky on the exit there. As the people in the UK like to say.
Cheeky on the exit.
Oh, Blank's gone off.
Oh,
He's seen that on the
no.
map.
He's okay. He's okay. The front wing looks all intact. He's still driving forward. That's the important thing. They've just got 30 laps to go. They're slowly ticking them off one by one. They're getting there. They're all doing a great job. For a lot of these guys, it's like their first 100% race. So
I just want to point out the gap between 9 and 10 and 11 and 12 is very close.
yep, so those guys are all converging up together. So that's Tichy, Wingit, KV and Matrix. They are all converging. KV at one point was down in P18. Now he's up to 11th. So it's a good mini recovery from the lad. Got a chance of some points.
I just want to point out that Montana's already catching Mitch slowly. Again, 2 tenths in the... Oh, again 2 more tenths though. 1.4 is the gap. Mitch is being very careful on the exit, doesn't want to lose it.
Yeah, so Montana just showing just the actual pace advantage I think he has over some drivers.
Jacob at the back of Stumpy. Man.
Yeah, as Wingets got past Tichy, I was about to say both Ferrari drivers under immense pressure. We use this helicopter cam view once again. It's beautiful. It makes our life a lot more easier. As Wingett got past Tichy and parked it on the apex beautifully. So it's Stumpy ahead of Jacob, and it is Muzzer ahead of Two Spell. Those are the closest battles on track, but we won't rule out Tichy trying to get past Wingett again.
Montana's gaining about 2 tenths a corner or lap at the moment.
Let's jump on board, shall we? Let's have a look. Mitch can probably see him now in his mirrors, closing him down, hunting him. As Muzzer and Connell have both pitted. Interesting. Muzzer's gone to wets. So the rain appearing to come down a little bit heavier. Muzzer has decided to go to wets. He's the first person to do this. So we will keep an eye out on how those wet tyres perform. Connell's done exactly the same thing.
Well, Mossa on the back of Blank at the moment. We'll see how that goes.
Is it time for wets? Potentially. Oh, and Jacob's caught to the back of Stumpy. He's going to go down the inside into the second to last corner. Unusual place to overtake. Gets the move done. Back end steps out though. Offline. You know what? I think this is a master. I think it's a master stroke from these two. KV's in. Matrix is in. I think it's time for the wet tyres. Gap out front is just half a second.
Sorry to cut you off if you were going to say something. I just saw a tweet from Formula 1 saying that Charles Leclerc had just won the Virtual GP for those who...
Yes, I think Steve put it in. Yes, Steve put it in the Twitch chat earlier. Charles Leclerc won the Virtual Grand Prix.
Meanwhile, we have our own Virtual Grand Prix.
Yep.
And Montana 5 tenths behind Mitch, as I've seen this fight evolve.
Yep. So KV Matrix, Muzzer, Connell and DK have all pitched for wet tyres, and it's going to be interesting to see the gap between KV and Profodus. So that's Roland. See if that gap comes down. I think it is. Stumpy's in. Stumpy's in as well. Yep, I think it's wets. I think those guys are making up the ground.
Yeah, I see a lot of puddles everywhere, so it should be time for the wet tire.
Yep, Stumpy's in.
Oh, Mitch a bit loose there on the exit.
There's a dark line. And if you go off that line, there is many, many, many puddles.
I think the leaders are going to be pitting now. They're both on the needle. They're treading the needle at the moment.
Some of these guys have already done 2 laps on the wets. And actually, yeah, look at that. That gap has come down between KV and 2 Spell. Leaders stay out. Thomas is in. Thomas is in. So he's the first one of the big runners to go, and I couldn't tell if he slowed that down in time. I think he did.
Yeah, didn't see any warning there from him.
So Montana's dropped off. Sorry, Lopez. Montana's dropped off the back of Mitch. Look at that. Look at that gap. 1.7 seconds.
Ita Cookie is closing the gap, I think. I just want to point out Mosa is right on the back of Blank, who's still on those inters, and Mosa on the wet tires.
Yeah, he's got him. He's got him. Easy.
It's definitely wet time.
Give those guys a little bit of screen time as he does that overtake on Blank. So yeah, he's made a great decision. We did say a couple of laps ago it's probably time for wets, and it is. Stumpy's got past 2 Spell. So Stumpy's pitted and was behind 2 Spell when he came out. He's got up to the back of him, overtaken him, and you're going to see the difference now. Look at that, a second already.
Oh, Montana into the pits. Mitch keeps on going.
Mitch keeps on going, so Mitch is happy, possibly with these conditions.
Yeah, he's threading the needle. He saw Montana fall off, so he's probably thinking, I could probably do one more lap on this.
Jacob is in as well, so it's going to be interesting to see when Mitch and Cookie pit, because Thomas pitted and Thomas was 4th. No, yes, Thomas was 4th. So it's going to be interesting to see if he leapfrogs anyone as he goes down the inside of Tichy into turn 1. Tichy's got no grip, he slid through the exit of turn 1. Meanwhile, Jamie and Wingett. Wingett goes around the outside. Jamie's going to give him this big old squeeze.
I think Montana's going to get this. He's 19 seconds behind Mitch.
Yeah,
he's definitely gaining.
So looks like Montana's going to take the lead via the undercut. Multi 2-1 down at Ferrari, and it's going to be Blank and Roland fighting.
Mitch keeps on going. I think he's going to ride it to the end.
We've got a yellow flag, and that is Matrix. Matrix has spun, but he's kept it going. Mitch has gone again.
I think he's going to ride this out to the end. I don't think he thinks he's that bad.
Well, so he's going to ride it out until it gets dry again. You reckon that's... Well, we'll find out if Montana can catch the back of these guys.
Oh, Jamie 1S very deep into turn 1. Wingett gets past him, but Thomas is trying to get past.
Trying to get past and make contact. Jamie's in the wall, and that is front wing gone.
Oh,
Thomas has then got past Wingett. That looked... I don't know what happened there, but that was a very aggressive
Thomas had to run on Winged, and he
Yeah,
just turned left on to Jamie. And
maybe not even. Yeah, maybe not seen him. I don't know. As Montana got past Perry, so this is where we're going to see Montana really try and catch the two guys in front of him.
Stumpy on the back of Winged, and Winged is struggling a lot.
Yeah.
And Mitch still goes on. Eat the Cookie as well still goes on. Montana is 14 seconds behind the Mitch at the moment.
So it's definitely wet tyres at this stage, but it's how long are these wet tyres going to be good for? Will it just ease up? The Inters guys are trying to ride it through.
Jacob and Stumpy.
Oh, Jacob and Stumpy. Oh, still goes. Oh!
Wonder what happened there with Stumpy.
Yeah,
it looks like he took him out.
Yeah, it looks like he just pushed him into the wall where he's lost the back end under acceleration.
Oh, Tuspel and KB. Who's seeing this one?
Oh, KB sends it. He absolutely sends it. You love to see it. So Stumpy's got past Wing It now as well. So they were giving each other the squeeze, I think, him and Jacob. Whether they, either one of them, both of them lost it, then the back end a little bit under acceleration. But they were just trying.
Montana is 5 seconds behind Eat the Cookie now.
He's hunting his prey. He can smell the victory.
21 laps to go.
Mitch and Cookie hoping it's going to lighten up. Jacob's in, so he's done 2 laps on the wets. That's interesting. No, he can't be. Oh, he's got front wing damage. That's why he's coming. I was wondering why he was coming in. So, closest battle on track at the moment is KV on the back of Tichy. I think this is going to be pretty straightforward.
I thought KB was going to send it up the inside.
KV was going to send up the inside. Meanwhile, Thomas has sent it up the inside of Perry.
Who's full of Matrix?
Montana has closed Cookie by 3 seconds in 1 lap. That is ridiculous pace. It shows you how much the wet tyres have over the intermediates at the moment.
Well, I'm on board with Eat the Cookie, and I do not see anything on it. It looks like a flat tire at the moment. It just should be riding on a completely dry tire at the moment. I don't see any.
Sure, he's got wet tyres on. Put dries on,
no,
hasn't
he has the eaters. He has the eaters, but they look like dries at the moment. Oh, look at Montana with the run.
There we go, Montana. Yeah. Oh, Cookie's sliding around.
Yeah, Mitch is also in the same boat, so Montana is definitely gonna get the lead of this race.
KV's gonna go around the outside. Titchy's gonna hold it. Oh, they make contact. These guys are tier 3 rivals. They're going to be battling it out again next season. There's no love lost between them. It's alright, they do get along really. But when it comes on to the on-track battles, they are fierce competitors. So you can see, what, 2.5 seconds Cookie's lost already.
Yeah, Montana with those tires is going to be flying.
Yep, Blank's going to send up the inside. Connell's going to follow it through, and it's Connell versus Blank again, round 10 of 12. It's a heavyweight slog to the finish.
I'm surprised Blank is still fighting those Inters. but I think the move was done by Connell, and that was the last round.
Yep. That looks like to be the knockout punch. Meanwhile, Matrix has got past Tichy into turn 1.
Montana 2 seconds behind Mitch. This looks spicy.
And Connell's got past Jacob. So Jacob's not really enjoying these conditions. We looked in the early stages, he's going to make his way up towards the leaders of this field, but just slipping back a little bit. But although he is fighting it, Connell's going to run it deep, and that was a mistake because it's allowed Jacob for the lovely switchback, sends it down the inside. A beautiful move.
Mitch and Montana, 3/10 separating them. This is fight for the lead.
I wouldn't be surprised if Montana
got a beautiful run.
Yeah,
he got
it's
a
great.
Beautiful run. Looks on the inside, goes around the outside. I don't think Mitch has enough to defend it.
He'll try, I think. Oh no, he thinks better of.
Oh, the rain. It stopped raining.
Yeah, it's got lighter with 18 to go. It's got lighter, so the Inter guy's going to come back at the wet guys. This is...
I believe 1 or 2 more laps for the track to dry out more. As I don't see any more puddles, so yeah, it's gonna be a big difference now.
Meanwhile, Stumpy's got past Perry. With Stumpy's got some right front end plate damage on that front wing. Perry gives him the squeeze, defends it quite well. This is a battle I wanted to see for a while. We've got the Riley brothers fighting. It's Tichy versus Two Spell. I've been looking forward to commentate on such a thing. Half a second between the pair of them. And it's Tichy with the advantage at the moment. I'm just looking at some of the stops. We've got Montana in the lead, right? He's made 5 stops. Bitch and Cookie have made 2.
I believe the safety car did help him out a lot early on.
Yeah, it has.
Looks like Truspel is closing the gap on Pucci.
Well, Tichy is getting a little bit twitchy. That back end is getting twitchy indeed. Actually, the lead up front was going up. It's sort of stabilised. I think Mitch is coming back. He's sent it. Tichy gives him a little bit of his own medicine, squeezes him out. This is the closest battle we have on track, so we're going to stay on board with these two. Montana is in.
Oh, Tichy loses the rear there.
Montana is in, and let's have a look.
I wonder what happened there.
What's he gone in for?
He's
gone back to Inters.
I wonder if he thinks this is gonna go all the way to the end.
Well, maybe he needs the Inters. Inters probably better tie at the moment because he saw Mitch come back at him. Whether he can then make headway with the fresher Inters. Whether these guys are on the 20-21 lap old Inters. See if he can make up that time before they all have to pit again. Possibly nudge nudge wink wink before it goes dry at the end of the race.
Sector 3, who was that?
We've got Blank, I think, round. Blank is round again. I don't know who that was with. I don't think that'd be by his own accord because it's a very weird place.
He lost the right end front end plate. I think he lost the rear going into the penultimate corner and might have hit the right side.
Meanwhile, I've missed the overtake. Two Spell's got past Tichy. No, I'm sorry, lads. I'm sorry. All it takes is one yellow flag. We missed the overtake. God.
Tichy's still on the back of Tuspel, so there might be a little fight going on here.
That's alright. Montana on those fresh inters has got past Thomas because Thomas has gone into the pits. That'd be why he was able to overtake him so easily. Blank's gone to softs. I don't know if you've seen that. Blank's gone to softs.
I mean, it's still raining, Blank. I don't know what you're doing.
I mean, there is a darker line, but there's still some wet stuff falling out of the sky, mate. So, yeah.
It's so much faster than teacher at the moment.
Yeah. So the guys that are on wets are coming back in for inters, but fresh inters, which is the important thing to know.
I think Blank might have not had any more intermediate or wet tires, maybe. That's my guess.
I'd be interested if that's the case, but I think he's maybe had a misclick on that. Jacob's the only one still out there on the wets. Let's see how he's getting on. He's just about to be overtaken by Matrix. I think those wet tyres now are not doing the job. They're overheating. They need that water. The line's getting drier. He's now got KV catching him.
The rain is even lighter now, I believe.
Yeah. You know what? I think it's not stopped. It's still going. KV goes down the inside of Jacob into turn 1.
Oh, Blank struggling hard on those tires.
He is indeed. Just having a look at the throttle. Oh my god, that gingerly putting that throttle on. I mean, it was a brave call. But I think that's going to cost him. So gap out front is still 6.5 seconds. Mitch has currently got Cookie at arm's length. Montana is closing in though. Slowly. As we have got 13 laps left, Jacob pits for some new boots. I think they're going to be, well, they'll be of the intermediate variety, I think.
Now we've got to the boring part, so there's nobody fighting.
Yeah, it's only taken 59 laps. It's only taken... Jacob looks like he's gone on wets again.
That's quite interesting, just like Blank in the softs.
Yep. I think Cookie's made a mistake because Mitch is now looks to extend that lead a bit actually.
Yeah.
7.2 seconds. Possibly Rosa. Blank is probably doing some data collection for everyone. He's probably telling everyone, actually, it's still a little bit too wet.
Well, there's still a lot of wet stuff coming out of the sky, so I don't think the car will be made anytime soon anyway.
Nope.
Twelve laps to go. Mitch has. Oh no!
Oh!
I just seen him.
There's someone off.
Jacob.
It is Jacob. On those wets.
I just seen his car go completely left in front of Montana.
I was very worried there for a second because I thought that was Thomas. However, it was the wrong Williams, but...
No grip in those tires.
We've got nothing left. although they are better than dry soft tyres. So that's what we've established in the last 5 laps or so, that you don't want to be on softs.
He speeded once, he's speeding again, and Blank is still going to be behind.
Yep. So the soft experiment isn't working for Blank at the moment, as Montana is turning up the pressure on Cookie as Thomas goes down the inside of Wing It, just missing these by the matter of seconds. Oh, and gets a bit of a weave on.
Montana's right on the back of the Cookie.
He is. Cookie with more ERS though. He's got the full ERS battery, which is like double the amount of Montana's.
Oh, he's pulled off to the side. He knows.
Yeah, I think he knows. I think they're in the same party as well. I think these guys are going to try and make it to the end.
61 lap in. I would say 11 laps to go because you still have to do lap 71.
Yep.
It's been really interesting when it was dry actually. A lot of controversial moves when it was wet, but the dry just kept it very close together.
Indeed. Let's have a look at the guys that have done. So the Cookie's got the fastest lap actually. He's got 1:07.6. That was set when we had dry conditions earlier. Lopez, has it stopped raining?
Yeah, it stopped raining now. It literally just stopped raining as you were saying that, because I've seen the rain just slow down a lot, and it's finally dry.
So the rain has stopped. So Montana, Cookie and Perry, as you can see the graphic from the left side, are your big winners. So Montana and Perry didn't qualify yesterday and started from the back today. Cookie had a disappointing qualifying, but he's just carved his way through the field and shown his good race pace. And Mitch has been pretty much near the front for the majority of the race. So those guys have really worked hard and worked well to get those positions. It stopped raining. Now then, Blank is out there on soft tyres, hopefully, and now going to be working.
Oh no, he just went into the gravel.
Oh, did he? Commentator's curse on that one then. Sorry, Blank. Didn't mean to.
I just want to point out, Mitch is driving a fantastic race here. I hope he doesn't crash. Commentator's curse is going to kick in later. No ABS on that car, and he's just kept it together the whole time.
I think he downplays himself quite a bit. He's, you know, obviously America's tier hasn't gone exactly how he wanted.
I heard that he was sandbagging a lot. I heard that he had 100% after fuel, and I just went out there with 11 wings. So I'm joking, obviously. Nah, I wouldn't downplay the drivers in American tier.
No.
My first race in Suzuka, a bit of a dodgy back end, but anyway, the guys are very fast. I was very impressed with the qualifying and the race pace of the Mercedes in there. So I wouldn't downplay the other guys either.
No, he was just downplaying himself by saying, "Oh yeah, I think I'm gonna be like bottom end of tier 2," and this is a guy that's, you know, raced in this league for 3 seasons now. Been in tier 1, he's been in tier 2 towards the top end. You know, I think he underrates his. I don't think he realises how quick he is. So it's just good to see him doing really well. As Connell's gone down the inside of Matrix. Matrix has come back out on the soft. So has Muzza, Roland, and DK.
A lot of people on the softs now, actually.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that. As Jacob goes into the softs, DK.
I don't think it's quite ready.
KB also pitted into the softs. I think Jamie's going into the softs as well.
Matrix is struggling a little bit. Mitch is
Actually,
in. Hang on, Mitch is in. Sorry, Lopez. That is important news.
I just want to say, Blank is actually pushing a bit more now, so I'm pretty sure that the tires are better now, as he's able to keep it in track. The track is actually very dry, I believe. Yeah, there's no water being picked up from the tires. It's definitely dry time.
Connell and KB fighting. I think, yeah, it's gone dry. The track is looking dry and good to go. So I think Mitch and Cookie have made the right call. We're going to see how that affects Montana. Because he stayed out. Where is Montana? Montana is coming through into the Sector 2 split. He's got a little bit of traffic ahead of him. And Stumpy and Tichy double stacked, so Ferrari have double stacked. Montana has come into the pits. Blank is off the last corner.
Blank is already dry. Come on, man.
I think he looked like he was getting some donut practice in early for the end. That's what he was doing.
Yeah, the donut champion, I would call him now.
So Montana is in. Where is he going to drop him? He's going to drop behind.
Mitch loses the rear end in turn 1 a little, but he keeps it together.
Actually, he's going to drop just behind Cookie, so Cookie's got that position back. So really, we've got a top 3 here. That's what we got.
6 laps to go.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure this is how the field is going to be for the rest of the race.
Potentially.
DRS has been enabled, and Montana on the back of it, Cookie warming up those tires. These tires are actually 2 lap old, really, though I think he's just fitted, so I'm guessing these are very old tires.
He's just put a new set back on. No, I don't think it would work like that because we did quali yesterday and the race today, so essentially it's a fresh lobby. So they should have 3 sets.
Laps, but they have 2 actually.
Yeah.
Didn't he pit quite early on in the race?
Yes. So Montana's done. That's the thing. Montana's done 7 stops to get to 3rd.
Yeah, I'm guessing these are the second tires he got on after maybe a crash or something. Because remember he pitted quite early again after he pitted.
Yeah, so so it's a used set, but it's at 100%, so it's not going to be massive. Just looking to see where guys are. Jamie 1S,
who coming out.
Beautiful. So the sun is coming out with not many laps to go. Just looking down the screen, so J1S was leading into turn 1 on the first lap and was leading for some time. He's down in 12th due to incidences that have happened. He's just been unlucky in terms of the safety car and VSC and everything. And Montana is still hunting the back of Cookie. And Matrix is on the back of KV. We're nearly there, people. We're nearly there.
Really long race, and Montana trying to get past Eat the Cookie.
Montana gets past Eat the Cookie, and guess what? That is also, if I can find the graphic, that is fastest lap for Montana. Cookie under pressure. Defends to the inside. Montana sweeps around the outside.
I have a question.
Yes.
Do you know what type of cookie he is? Is he a chocolate chip, raisins, or a chocolate cookie?
Some say secretly the Cookie Monster, so he loves chocolate chip cookies.
Oh, my type of guy. Come on, Eat the Cookie, you can get more chocolate chips if you get 2nd place.
That's what fuels him. That's what makes him fast. It's chocolate chip cookies.
Matrix got ahead of KB, but KB now on the back of Matrix with the DRS. I wonder if he's going to be able to make him move back on him.
It'll be a tall order.
Place. Who will be last to get points?
Who will be last to get points? At the moment, it is looking like it's going to be KV. Like Cookie at the moment, has got to stay with the person in front of him, get that DRS, use it wisely.
Oh, when you look at the race director, Some guys just have a rainbow of colors in tires. I mean, the only tire they haven't gone into is the hards, but it's just
I mean,
beautiful array
I'm
of
not
colours.
surprised. We've got Montana's had 7 stops. Matrix, KV, Muzzer, Connell, DK have all had 6 stops. And Jacob has 9 stops, as Connell has just got past Roland. Let's have a look. There he is.
Just before this 5-second penalty for spinning into the pit lane.
So yeah, I have no idea of the penalty situation because it's not been popping up on my screen. So it's going to be fun and games as to what happens at the end.
Oh no, Ita Cookie has a DRS problem. Because
Oh
DRS
no.
Oh, he has an out for the next straight. Oh no, he still doesn't have it.
Oh, that is the worst. Cookie's going to be fuming, I can tell. Because I know what he's like. He's going to be absolutely livid. Meanwhile, Matrix and KV going side by side. KV, oh, Matrix locks up. KV nearly runs into the back of him. So Cookie could be fighting for second, but he's not got the facilities to do so, and that's not his fault. The worst time for a DRS failure. Ooh, KV locks up as well. Matrix and KV pushing each other to the limit. Who else we got to keep an eye out for? Stumpy and Jamie. Stumpy's still just about hanging on.
Yeah, Ita Cookie has no DRS. It's gonna have to be fuming. This could be possible P2, but due to technical difficulties, he's gonna stay P3. As Montana has the DRS on the part that's being lapped.
Oh, and KV squeezes Matrix, gets the move done. That looked fairly clean. So KV fights back against Matrix. These two have been swapping positions. We've got 2 laps to go. Mitch is our race leader. He's got a lead of 3.6 seconds between Montana and Cookie's still there as well. So those two being dragged towards the leader. Will it be enough? We will find out.
Just want to point out that Montana has, I think, 2 penalties, and Ita Cookie has.
We've got a yellow flag. That is for. Oh, it's for Muzzer. Muzzer spun it round and hit the pit wall.
Disqualified from the session. Muscle.
No.
He's been disqualified from the session.
No. Oh, that is heartbreak.
You've seen it happen. I don't know if his car's gonna.
No, it's not come up. That is
gonna look into it again.
soul destroying. Meanwhile, Mitch, we're on our final lap. Lopez, here we are. We've made it to the end. These guys have made it to the end. 18 of them have. Mitch on track is set to win the Austrian 100% Grand Prix. He's got 1 sector to go. He's worked hard. He's been near the front tirelessly. He deserves this time. He's got 2 to go. Yellow flags in sector 2. It's probably Muzzer that's gone off again.
Yep.
Mitch rounds the last corner and gives us a little weave. He will win the Austrian Grand Prix. Well done, that man. Montana is second. Cookie third. That was on penalties. Pushed them further behind. We wait for Perry. Perry's next. 19 seconds. Muzzer is out. Retired in the pits, but he's technically made it.
As I'm seeing Matrix and KV here fighting for the last 2-point positions.
Yep. Perry and Thomas go side by side towards the finish. We will watch Neil cross the line. Oh, just 2 seconds behind Wing It in the end. Then it's Tichy. And it's KV and Matrix. This is for 9th and 10th. KV gives us a weave and celebration. He finishes 9th. Matrix 10th. Jamie 11th. Stumpy is the last man to cross the line, and that is P12.
been a long one.
There is,
Blank is gonna be the
however,
last
there's
driver
still
to
one
finish
person
the
to
line.
go. Don't forget him.
Next
It's
up, do a donut, do a donut.
Donut. No, you
did
could have
the
done the donut, man. Blankety blank is the last across the line.
Blank, blank, blank.
So there you have it. 100% race. 18 out of 20 drivers making it in much changeable conditions. These guys have worked tirelessly the last couple of days to make sure this event happened. They provided myself and Lopez with a fantastic race. Lopez, any thoughts you want to give?
It was a thrill of a race, not gonna lie. Mitch with the beautiful strategies, Montana with the beautiful pacing, Eat the Cookie just, I would say, keeping it together there to get the podium.
It was great to see. I think, what is the time, shall we? I would like to get the top 3 in with a little chat. I don't know about you. I think that would be...
I have to go. It's been a long
That's
one.
fine. Thank you for stepping in, man. It has been a pleasure having you by my side for the last hour and a half. I hope that you enjoyed it. I will catch you
I enjoyed
later.
it quite a lot. It was a good race.
Excellent. So, well, Lopez, unfortunately, leave us. I'm going to invite the 3 miscreants into the session, and these guys worked really hard to get there. Hello, hello, hello.
Hello, hello.
I thought I would bring you guys in for a little chat just to wrap things up.
Ah, sounds good. I'm eating my tea that's been sat next to me
That's
for about
lovely.
an hour and a bit.
Can one of
That's
you
going on stream.
possibly
I know.
invite Montana? We did this yesterday, to be fair, so I'm not really
Yeah,
fussed.
yeah. I will, Right, no, okay.
If that's okay. Let's start off with Cookie before he dives into his...
No, I've dived in, mate.
Oh, you've dived in, have you? Oh, brilliant, lovely. I'll wait until you finish then. Mitch, first of all, congratulations. Pretty much near the start, well, near the front of the field for the entirety of the race. Probably a little bit under pressure from, you've probably felt at times, from Montana and company from behind, but how did you feel that went?
First stint, I was just hanging out. I wasn't trying to push because I kind of expected the rain anywhere between lap 30 and 40, so I wanted the softs to last. We did get a weird, I shouldn't say weird, but we definitely got a VSC. So I think I did what a Mercedes would do. I dipped into the pit lane with plenty of, they wouldn't, I don't know. But anyways, I got the softs on. The person obviously I was worried about the most was Montana in that situation, as yeah, I mean he was quicker than me in the wet. At least on the inters we were pretty close, but when my tires started to wear out and didn't know what was going to happen with the wet tire, I let him through. Yeah, I stuck to what I was going to do, which was just
Stuck to your strengths, didn't you? Really, probably.
Yeah. Didn't pick up any penalties. Yeah, just tried to
Impressive.
keep it clean, and then I will give Dan credit. X427 for the people that don't know him. The absolute worthy of telling me to pit off the inters to the softs, because I honestly don't know if I would have won that race on track without that, because I gained I think 4 or 5 seconds in that span. So
Good good. I will just invite Montana quick before I move on.
Interesting race, but I just stuck to what I was going to do.
Cookie, would you like to share us with your lovely thoughts that you always like to give us?
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun. With it being a 100% race, I had plenty of time to do what I had to do, and I think I made the right decisions at the right times, which ultimately got me the podium. Yeah.
I was going to say, like, obviously Montana went in onto wets and then was catching back up. Were you guys at any stage worried that you were going to lose out massively because you were having to stay on the inters pretty much until the rain stopped again, or I don't know?
Well, it was in the back of the mind, but I was certainly confident that the people who did stay on the inters would gain time on the people who went on the wets, and that seemed to be the case. But yeah. So.
Yeah, I mean, I just stuck to a delta, so I knew if I could keep my lap times on the inters during the full wet at around a minute 20, it would put me in the clear, because a quick person on the wets is going to be being anywhere 16 into 17. Just wanted that delta to stay between 2 and 3 seconds. I mean, granted, Montana's really quick. I think there was a few times I let his lap times get to a little seconds quicker, but yeah, I mean, I knew what I was looking for, I guess.
Yeah, the one thing I wasn't happy about in that race was my pace in the wet conditions, which was about half the race. So yeah, my pace in the wets on the inters was quite poor, and then my DRS failed with 4 laps to go.
Yeah, we saw that. That was heartbreak.
And I thought I maybe could have stuck with him and given him a little bit of a battle, but it wasn't meant to be, clearly. So yeah, other than that, it was fun. I hope to do it again sometime.
Excellent. Boys, thank you for joining me, and that pretty much leads me to just do a little bit of plugging as requested. The first plug that I've been asked to mention is that Contest of Speed now has a store. Yeah! Where you can buy Contest of Speed merch such as hoodies, t-shirts, mugs, coasters for your mugs, I suppose, and other bits and pieces. That is on the Contest of Speed website. Yeah, it's been a long hour. It's been a long hour and 30 minutes. Please.
That was brilliant.
Anyway, and season 5, probably the most important. No, season 5 kicks off next Monday, so that is Monday the 13th of April at 10 PM GMT, and that is tier 3, I believe.
It's BST now.
BST, same thing. Everyone knows what time it is. And that is tier 3 is going to kick us off, then tier 2 on Tuesday, tier 1 on Wednesday, and the Americas tier on Thursday. So usual times, usual days for all the tiers, and we're going to be kicking off in Brazil as the first round, and your commentators for tier 3 will be
Thomas and
Lewis. Oh,
Yes.
The famous duo are back together. So yes, those two will be back. Thanks for all the drivers and everyone else for their continued support this weekend to fulfill a 100% Contest of Speed race. I'm sure everyone was excited as we were commentating on it. That leaves us basically just to wrap it up and say goodbye.